Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a former Letcher County sheriff charged with murder will be back in court this week. And the Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce hosted its Lunch and Learn, covering an array of topics. We'll catch you up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good Monday morning to you. I'm Caroline Mueller, here with you on this December 15th. The time is now 6:30, so let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, I am just looking to the middle of that 10-day forecast, hoping for those warmer temperatures to come as soon as they possibly can, because I don't think this cool weather is quite it for me.
No, it's not it for me either. I'm definitely excited to return back to some normal temperatures come tomorrow. But in terms of what we're seeing this morning, definitely that chilly temperature. So I pulled up this graphic that Caroline and I were talking about earlier, and yeah, according to the cities that I do have pulled up on it. Now, of course, there are some other cities out and about in the country, but according to this one, we're looking at the coldest temperatures, 5 degrees in Hazard. And as we zoom into the map, you're going to notice a lot of single digits. In fact, every single city is in the single digits, with the exception of Middlesboro and Whitesburg at 10 degrees. So again, very cold, feels like temperatures are even chillier. Grab your coats, hats, gloves, anything you can do, and you're going to need them all day long, as our warmest temperatures will still just be in the 30s. So some folks may just stay below freezing all day long. Here's a look at satellite and radar, though nice and clear, just a little bit of clouds this morning, but overall it will be a sunny to mostly sunny day. Caroline.
Thanks, Megan. A car crashed through the front of Woodburger Grill on US 23 Friday evening. The Pikeville Fire Department responded to the crash. No one in the car or inside the restaurant was hurt. The building was evacuated for safety. Fire department crews built supports and cleaned the area. Power was turned off for safety as a safety precaution. The restaurant does have damage and will remain closed until repairs are made. Former Letcher County sheriff charged with murder will be back in court this week. A judge scheduled a hearing for Mickey Steins in Letcher Circuit Court for Thursday, December 18th. An update is expected on where the case stands, including pending motions. Steins is accused of killing Letcher District Judge Kevin Mullins in his chambers in September 2024. The shooting was captured on security cameras. The Southeast Kentucky Chamber of Commerce hosted its Lunch and Learn Friday, focused on legislation. Senator Philip Wheeler spoke at the event, sharing a legislative preview with attendees. He says the upcoming legislative session will focus on the budget as the state works to decrease its income tax in January. Wheeler says events like the Lunch and Learn are important because it helps leaders and lawmakers touch base with the people most impacted by what happens in Frankfort.
Heard multiple things throughout the years and perspectives that I've never even considered, that after you actually talk to people, you're like, you know, that's a very valid point. I hadn't considered that. And so the more people that you talk to about a particular issue, I think it gives you a more well-rounded viewpoint on the subject matter.
Discussions about housing, homelessness, and teacher pension were also part of the event. And while the day may just be getting started, the State Department of Public Health says you should think ahead to your morning routine today. If you're sending kids to the bus stop, make sure they're dressed in layers that covers all exposed skin. And if you like to get to the bus stop early, give it a few extra minutes instead. That way, your kids avoid standing out in the cold longer than they have to. Use bright colors so drivers can see your child in the dark or the snow. And with slick roads, encourage your kids to stay a big step back from the curb until the bus completely stops. The National Institute of Health says that with our forecasted wind chills, frostbite can kick in within 30 minutes of skin exposure. And we don't want to forget our furry friends this winter. One veterinarian says a good motto to live by is, if you're cold, they're cold. Dr. Jamie Gifford says if temperatures get below 20 degrees, it's best to skip walks. But if you decide to go outside for a walk, it's important to keep an eye on your furry friends. They can get frostbite too.
Nose, tails, paws, You know, the further away extremities are kind of the biggest concern. Paw pads that are normally black could turn kind of a white. That could indicate frostbite. If they're normally pink, they might go pale or blue.
You'll also want to make sure to wash any salt off your pet's paws so they don't accidentally eat it. If you're worried about your pup going stir crazy inside, she says mental exercises can help too. The American Kennel Club has a list of different ones you can try out on their website. Just head to akc.org. With the cold, some warming centers are opening. In a partnership with Isaiah 58:10, the City of London is offering a warming center as part of the White Flag Ministries. The warming center is located just off 203 South Broad Street, the old sheriff's office. They say if temperatures drop below 32 degrees, the center will open from 7 p.m. until 7 a.m. London Mayor Randall Weddle took to social media to make the announcement and urged that the center is in need of volunteers.
But there's signs posted up here on this building off Broad Street, and also signs on the door that let you know anything 32 degrees or colder, this is going to open up, and it'll be open from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. And they'll be looking for volunteers to staff this building during those times.
The London City Facebook page will also have updates on the warming center's hours. If you've driven down Main Street in Hazard, you may have noticed trees decorated by local businesses and organizations as part of the annual Giving Tree tradition. Children were invited to gather at the Triangle Friday at 5 o'clock to choose one item from each tree, whether it was a candy cane, a toothbrush, or a book. Officials say it was a wonderful way to show how the community shows their support.
Our community is always really good about working together, and this is one way that the community does come together with these giving trees. They've grown every year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And the weather was not stopping Christmas in a small town in downtown Hazard. Many events were underway Friday night with more activities through the weekend. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to folks in Perry County about the annual tradition.
Whether you have been naughty or nice this year, folks in downtown Hazard hope to spread some holiday cheer at the annual Christmas in a Small Town.
It's just great to get to see the families come out, bring their kids, and with the ice skating and the vendors and the inflatables and the train, the hayride and the animals. It's just a big event. And it's so good to have it going on here.
On every corner you can find a gingerbread man, a Christmas tree, and this year, snow, which officials say won't take away from the holiday festivities.
You know, it's always good to have snow around Christmas, kind of gets you in the spirit and stuff, and so we're excited about the snow, but the Christmas in a Small Town will continue on.
And this year, Christmas in a Small Town will be welcoming a new tradition. A new train purchased by the Perry County Fair Board will bring a little extra Christmas spirit to downtown Hazard and for seasons to come.
It'll be used for the Perry County Fair that we do in June, and we will also rent the train out to other businesses or nonprofits that are having events that would like to use the train. So it's not just for us, it's for the communities.
Intertwining new and old traditions, like Saturday night's Christmas Light Parade at 6 o'clock. And it wouldn't be Christmas without Old St. Nick at the new stage on the Grand.
It's going to be a great event. Happens one time a year. You only get to ice skate here one time a year. So bring the kids, wrap them up good and warm, put socks on their feet for the skates, and come on out and just enjoy Christmas in a small town. It's going to be grand.
Because there's no place like Christmas in a small town. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
It's been nearly 7 months since a deadly tornado ravaged southeastern Kentucky. This marks a bittersweet holiday season for those who lost everything. That's why Laurel County leaders wanted to help. The Laurel County Judge Executive, first responders, and community members teamed up to give kids impacted by the tornado a Christmas to remember. They handed out hundreds of toys, with each child leaving with 4 or 5 gifts. Of those who donated toys were the London Air Evac Life Team, who says this was a heartwarming way to give back to their community.
Someone asked me earlier what was your favorite toy as a kid, and I couldn't imagine what these kids is going through that lost everything.
Laurel County Judge Executive David Westerfield says he encourages everyone to give back to their communities if they have the means to do so. The job market is tough, credit card debt is rising, and so are prices on many holiday items. Despite that, some analysts predict a record-breaking holiday travel season. Disruptions piled up across the country yesterday with more than 6,000 flights delayed and hundreds of others were canceled. AAA expects a record-breaking 122 million Americans will travel for the Christmas and New Year's breaks.
I think people are having kind of that anxiety to want to travel just because everything that happened with the shutdowns and the delays, and there's just been a lot of issues with travel.
Ticket prices are up. A round-trip flight now cost an average of $900. That's up 7% from last year.
And we're looking at a cold weather advisory across most of the southeast for those abnormally cold temperatures that we're seeing this morning. Here in the mountains, our temperatures are in the single digits now, but by the time we head into the afternoon, not too much improvement. We're still going to be sticking with the 30s, which would be 10 degrees below average for most folks here in the mountains. 30 is that high temperature in Moorhead and Logan. 39 is the high in Williamsburg and Harlan. And if you are looking outside, you might be able to see some of the stars as we're looking nice and clear. No clouds in the way this morning. In fact, it's going to be a sunny to mostly sunny skies day as we look at temperatures this morning at about 8 degrees, and then again sunny skies with temperatures in the mid-30s. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan. And thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:41. Still to come on Mountain News this morning, conquering social media later in life. We'll tell you more about what it means to be a silver influencer.